What is up, me little sugar buggers? Welcome back to the channel for a brand new speed build, and happy Foreman Friday. I don't mean to scare you guys. The comments I've been receiving lately about the Foremans is actually kind of insane. I mean, I have gotten so many people asking me, Jen, is the Foremans over? Just let me know. Don't do me dirty like that. Oh my god, I felt so bad. I was like, actually, let me explain this situation to you. So last week, the Foremans were supposed to come into town, but unfortunately, I literally, well, A, I didn't post like at all last week, and B, there was just so much going on with like the 4th of July, and then we had like family get together after family get together, and let me just tell you about those family get togethers and one not so family get together. I'm gonna explain because Jen wilded out. She wilded out on the 4th of July, and it was really fun, and we'll talk about that later. We'll do a little you know, bestie chat here once I actually tell you guys about the video and the build and stuff. But so yeah, the Foremans were supposed to come out last week. They didn't. And then I was supposed to have 2 episodes up today. But last night I was up till 2:44 until the world started shaking. Literally, not even kidding. We'll get into that too also in a little bit. We got a lot to talk about. And then, yeah, I was up till 2:44. So I just, God, I've been so behind. Like, literally. Anyways, about the house and about the Foremans. No, the Foremans aren't canceled. Absolutely not. I love this family so much. And I put, like, literally blood, sweat, and we all know tears because Jen's cried a couple times into their existence in this empire that we've created. And I don't want you guys to think that I would just do you dirty like that or quit or anything. The Springstons is, like, again, one of those prime examples of how the pressure of keeping the series, I guess, epic and keeping the series fresh and keeping the series, you know, on the top of its tippy toes, that was the perfect example of how it got to me. It got to me to the point where I crumbled, to where I started questioning myself as a creator because, you know, this storyline was so out of my, I don't know, out of my range of thinking. It was just so far-fetched and so different, and like, I really want to revisit that, and I really want to do it justice in the way that it deserves. And I want to continue the storyline that I had envisioned, even if it is a little, you know, it's a little out there, it's a little different, it's a little, what is it, like fictional, I guess, or is it nonfiction? I don't know. You know, it's weird. I don't want to tell you too much. I'm being very vague because in case you haven't watched that series, but I'm here to formally announce, no, the Springstons isn't over. It's just, I really need to be in a place in my life where I can give it the attention it deserves and formulate the storyline in the way that I had originally envisioned. So anyways, back to the Foremans. No, the Foremans is just easy. The Foremans is literally a story of a family and their trials and tribulations. The things that they go through, they're very relatable. I've experienced numerous things that this family has also gone through, but also there have been a couple of incidences where I haven't experienced it, but maybe you guys have. And so I feel like, thankfully, you all have been so active in their creation that you have given me so many suggestions, so many ideas on how to continuously keep the ball running and keep it fresh, keep it new, keep it innovative. And that's actually one of the reasons why I love this series so much, why I'm so invested, why I'm so addicted, why every time that a new family member comes along, I'm in love. It's because, you know, they're royalty in my eyes. Like, they're the freaking Foremans, man. I mean, in my personal opinion, I may be tooting my own freaking horn, but I feel like they are one of the most iconic families that have been on the Sims platform that a lot of people actually know about. And I feel like that's saying something. I would never, ever, ever, ever toot my horn that loud if I wasn't sure of what I was saying. And that means a lot to me. That's a total humble brag. Like, that is amazing. And we did that. You did that. If you are a fan of that series, this is something that we celebrate in like together. And I feel like the Springstons is also too. But the situation is that I feel like the Foremans are just more easier to create for, if I'm being honest. Anyway, I'm kind of like rambling a little bit, but hopefully all of that made sense. So anyways, no, they're not over. They're far from over. Anyway, the reason why it took so long to get them back on the channel is because I wanted to really indulge in island living. I wanted you guys to give that family a fair chance. I wanted to be able to focus solely on them and in creating their storyline and get their ball rolling. And again, give my audience a chance to actually just watch them and so that they could form that bond. I feel like the Foreman just dominates everything. Anytime I bring a new series to the channel, you guys you watch it, and I support that. And I do get a really good, decent amount of viewership. It's just when it comes to the Foremans, I feel like that is like what I'm known for. And so, you know, sometimes my other LPs get put on the back burner. And so again, I really wanted to give this new series a fair shot, and I feel like we've done that. So it's time to bring the bad boys back. It's time to bring the Foremans home. Speaking of home, did I tell you what we're doing here? Okay, so if you guys have already noticed, we are at 13 Fernwood Drive, which is actually June and Pace's address. For the longest time, I have been talking about how badly I wanted to either renovate their house or create a new one entirely. And to be honest, I have been starting to feel that urgency that I was feeling with the Springstons of like, oh no, I need to get this done, because I don't want to play in this house anymore. Like, I'm over it. And the reason why is because A, I was receiving so much lag every time that I was playing in this house, and B, it's just like we've seen it over and over again, and I just felt like it was time for something new and fresh, because unlike the real world, you can live in your house for like 10 years and it never gets old because it's an immersive experience. With The Sims, it's visual, like, you know, it's just different. You need to keep it fresh, you need to keep it new, you need to keep it interesting. And so what I did with this home is I actually combined all three of the houses into one, and so the shell of this home is really interesting. It kind of gives you like a little mini mansion vibe, and the whole build, it took me 2 hours and 20 freaking minutes to as well. And I just went through 3 different freaking homes. Like, I built 3 houses before this until this is the one that I actually liked, and the other ones I never finished, but the shells were really cool too as well. And I don't know if you guys had noticed, but originally this home was supposed to be kind of like an off blue, like almost like a robin egg blue, and I really loved that palette, the blue, the beige trimmings. I thought that was really unique and different and fresh. But also, the Foremans, when I think of June and Pace, I think of their browns. I think of their warm and inviting vibes. Like, I think of their, you know, they're just traditional suburbans. I hate to say it, but it's true. And this home is so perfectly June and so perfectly Pace that I'm so excited to be able to have them outlive the rest of their days. Oh my God, that hurts to say it, but it's true. Right here in 13 Fernwood Drive. So I will be uploading this home to the gallery Gen 2606 in case you guys are interested. The only thing I will say that I'm not particularly fond of when it comes to this home is probably the fact that Pace had to sacrifice his gym. Now that sucks because he loved getting up in the morning and going out to his gym. It was kind of like his place to zen out and just, you know, get away from the world, because as much as we like to think that Pace is like a social butterfly, I'm pretty sure some of you have already picked up on the fact that he appreciates his alone time. Like, he can be that hands-on hubby, dad, friend, whatever, but he needs his own identity. Like, he needs to be able to like have his own time sometimes. And unfortunately, it's gonna be kind of hard for him now, but he's getting older too, so it's like he doesn't work out as much, and he probably should pump the brakes on the workout, because I took his culo literally into Create a Sim, and that ish is as flat as a freaking water slide. Okay, well, actually, that's a little curvy, right? I mean, it depends. I mean, it's relative, but you get what I'm saying. It's flat. Like, it's flat. It's gone. His booty bounced away. I don't know where it is. I'm like, ¿dónde está? You know, like, or ¿dónde está? Whatever the heck, you know, like, where is the nalgas? But like, seriously, I don't know where they went. So we have to fix that, because the booty's a muscle. Why would working out make your booty go flat? Like, I don't know. We need to get little air pumps up in here and just right back to where it was, because I don't. It's kind of funny, actually. I don't know how that happened. Anyway. So that's the only thing I don't necessarily like, long story short, but it's not that big of a deal. This home is very spacious. Okay, we have a gigantuous living room, perfect for all of the family members, the kids, the grandkids. We also have a really nice kitchen. I love that kitchen. I don't know if I already showed you guys the double island. I think we just have 2 counters in there at the moment, but I added a couple more, which is nice. So it's like a 4 square, literally, not like the game, but like 4 squares. And then there's seating for up to 4 Sims, and then we have the formal dining room, which was originally just going to be like a spare bedroom, but I mean, it was kind of too compact, and I didn't feel like this home would be a home that would sacrifice on space too much, so I decided just to take that extra bedroom and convert it into a formal dining, which is great. I love that, and I feel like we've always kind of had a formal dining when it came to the Foremans. Like, they've always had, you know, like that separate space. I don't really remember their older house in Brindleton, but I feel like it might have. Maybe it didn't. I'm not 100% sure. I know that we turned the living room into a dining room ones for like Christmas or something. But other than that, I'm not really sure. Anyway, we're pretty much done with the downstairs, and I didn't make it too heavily cluttered just because I really wanted enough space for all the family and the kids and all that jazz. I do actually have a couple of our findings. I have a lot of our photos too as well. We also have a couple sprinkles literally in our inventory. I think I have like 3 of her tombstones. So we have sprinkles 1.0, 2.0, and the last version, the 3.0, which you guys didn't know existed, but it did. And that was the final version, by the way. I think that was like the original sprinkles. I'm not sure. We have our solitary rose that Pace gave June. God, I don't even know when, you guys. If you can remember what episode that was, let me know in the comments down below. Like, let's reminisce a little bit together, because, you know, it's just, God, there's just so many memories. Even though this house is new, the memories still feel like they're here, you know? It's just crazy. Anyways, for upstairs, we have River and Finley's room. Finley's room is interesting, super interesting. I love what I did with it. So this is gonna be River's room. The room next to River's isn't a room, it's actually just where you come up the stairs. We have Finn's room, kind of like diagonally across. We actually have 2 bathrooms up here. This other bathroom is kind of like perfect for an extra bedroom, but I just wasn't able to figure out how to like route it to be one. It's a little obnoxious. It's a little large. I also add in hampers, but I don't actually have a way for you guys to do your laundry. So there's that. And the rest is pretty much self-explanatory. I kind of want to tell you guys a little bit about what happened last night. And then if I have time, I'll tell you guys what happened on the 4th of July. Oh my God, your girl went wild. She went wild. She went rogue. Okay, so last night, as I was finishing this video, I was importing it into Sony Vegas because when I do builds like this, especially long ones, they're in clips because I get, you know, like I get interrupted, or maybe I gotta fight something's gotta happen. Okay, always, right? So it's like 2:44. We finally got it ish together, and I'm importing it into Sony Vegas so I can render it to be one file so I can speed it up without lagging. And all of a sudden, as I'm sitting there, my entire desk is like, like, okay, bad earthquake voice, but you get me, okay? That sounded like a washing machine, but close enough. You know, it was like all of a sudden everything was shaking, and I'm like, what the hell? I turn around and I look at my husband, and he like literally like fish flops out of bed. It was the weirdest thing. And he goes, what was that? And I'm like, what was that? I'm like, I don't know what that was. Was that you? Because I thought maybe he like jerked in his sleep, but like also would that shake the house shed? I don't know. Where's your logic? But also, to be fair, I lost so many brain cells trying to make this house happen, so like just bear with me. And I felt like a little tremor after that, but honestly, I was so shaken up and just so beside myself. I was like, girl, you need to get some sleep. Like, I even posted on Twitter, I'm like, I felt a tremor, but I don't know if I'm just imagining things, because I was like sleep deprived at this point. So, you know, like anything's possible. But for my husband to like flop out of bed, that was kind of weird. And then it was just eerily quiet after that. Like, and then all of a sudden I went to my Facebook, and then all my friends who live in my area were like, earthquake, da, 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 da. And I'm like, oh no, like, oh shit, like, oh, this is how it's gonna. I'm like, this house has been giving me problems. Like, sis, no, literally, I'm shook. Like, actually, physically, mentally, all the ways. It was a hot mess. Anyway, so yeah, we had an earthquake last night, right? Great. It was only a 4.7. It moved up and down from like a 4.4, 4.7. I think it's like at a 4.1. I don't know. It was all over the Richter scale. And also there was a 3.5 after that or something. So they came in waves. And where they happened was actually only like 15 to 20 minutes. We're like 15 to 20 minutes from the epicenter. So like that's how far. It wasn't that far away from my house at all. And in retrospect, they're really tiny. Like, they're super, super small, right? Like, I mean, I wouldn't say they're super small. It was quick and fast. So as you guys heard, the da-da-da-da, it was just like literally like a 2-second ordeal. I remember a earthquake in particular when I was in middle school. 2001, if you look it up, Seattle 2001 earthquake, that was a 6.7. Okay, caused millions, I want to say billions in dollars in damage, and that one lasted, I want to say, about 30 seconds, and I heard it. Like, I heard it before it happened. I was actually in gym, and I'm gonna tell you this as fast as I can. I think I have like 3 minutes. So I was in gym. I was in middle school and we were just getting out of the gym, or we were about to go into gym. So we were changing into our gym outfit, and I was standing there and it sounded like somebody was digging underground. Like I thought maybe the maintenance guys or somebody was doing some sort of a concrete work, because our floors were concrete. And anything could happen. And all of a sudden that sound started turning into motion. And then all of a sudden the lockers were like flapping back and forth. The whole entire locker room. Shut up, Francis. Oh, anyway, the whole locker rooms were shaking. My friend Meninder had her shirt like halfway odd. I had to like yank on her, you know, boobies are flailing. It was a hot mess. Like it was so scary. And the pieces of like when it all subsided, like it was shaking like 30 literally 30 seconds. Like it was something that you experienced and you were fully aware of. And so when we went out to the gym to like check all the damage, I mean, some clocks were off the wall. I remember at lunchtime I went to go get a Sprite out of the vending machine, and it everywhere. There was like pieces of the actual gym ceiling on the ground. And I know that Seattle sustained a lot of damage too. Like some roads were cracked. It was actually pretty significant. And so like that was a 6.7. What we experienced last night was originally a 4.7, right? But I think the duration of the one in 2001 is what caused all the damage. And then the one last night was just a quick bang, you know? And I hate those. Those are scary. So anyway, long story short, I don't think I'm going to have time to tell you about my 4th of July experience, but I'm definitely planning on doing more speed builds. So I'll tell you guys that one in the next one. But the funny thing last night too also is my mom called me like probably like a half an hour after it happened. And she goes, Jennifer, is it time for me to go to the... Oh, no, she goes, Jennifer, did your bed move too? Or is it time for me to go to the retirement home? That's literally... She's from New York, and she has, like, a super deep accent. You think I have one? She's, like, thick like butter. Okay? And I started laughing, and I said, no, Mom. My bed didn't shake, but my desk did. And she was, like, dead-ass serious. She was like... She thought she was going senile or something. She was freaking out. I'm like, what took you so long to call me? And she was like, I got up. I shook it off and went back to bed, but then I thought something wasn't right. And I'm like, no, nothing was right. That was an earthquake, Mom. It was so funny. Now she's at the grocery store, literally buying up the grocery store. I love her. She's 69 next week. So, you know, the good old 69. But yeah, I love her. She's crazy. Anyways, guys, I'm going to go ahead and wrap up this video here. I hope you all enjoyed hanging out with me today. We did good. We did good, fam. I really am excited to play in this house. Can't wait to do it. And again, if you're interested in downloading this bad boy, it'll be on the gallery Gen 260-6. And with that said, y'all, I'm going to go ahead and wrap up this video here. I hope that you all enjoyed. And if you did, you know what to do, boo. Don't forget to go ahead and comment and subscribe. Let me know what you guys think in the comments down below where the sun does not shine. And I will see you all next time. Bye, guys.